School buses, they carry precious cargo every day. While those children are our #1 priority, who is looking out for those of us driving alongside those buses? Is that driver paying attention to what is going on outside of that school bus? 10 Investigates Jennifer Titus discovers some bus drivers with questionable driving records are still behind the wheel.
Okay, so let me show you something. This big yellow school bus, it's safe for the children, the driver inside, but what about you over here? Are you safe? What if that bus doesn't stop when they're supposed to? What happens to that bus driver if this happens to you? Just because they may be at fault doesn't mean they are taken off the road.
Polk County Fire Rescue.
This is in reference to East Colonial Drive and Amber Road.
Oh my God! Need a paramedic as soon as possible.
I'm shocked that he's alive.
I heard it. I heard it all. The sound was unreal. It was just like, but I knew because I heard it that I was okay. I miss my dog every day. Every day. There's not a day that I don't think about him.
Rex was one of Sierra Middleton's 2 service dogs. He and her other service dog, Bo, were in the car with her when her crash happened. Bo survived. Rex did not.
And I just keep thinking, like, why didn't he stop? Why didn't he see me? Because if he did, Rex would still be here, you know?
The bus driver, we've learned, has been involved in other accidents before. His records show he hit an awning, a light pole, and another car in other past incidents. 10 Investigates discovered some drivers behind the wheel of these big yellow school buses had multiple crashes on their record. For instance, in Polk County, we found one driver had 2 crashes in just 2 weeks. When we asked the district about that, they told us those accidents were small. In Manatee County, one driver had 5 accidents before they were fired. How does that happen that they weren't terminated prior to that?
I wouldn't be able to address that because I wasn't here at the time.
Jamie Warrington is only a few months on the job as the transportation director for Manatee County Public Schools.
I know that each school district is required to have a safe driver plan.
And each district does. What's that look like? A point system. Certain traffic violations are worth a certain number of points, but it's not universal. The points are different from one district to the next, and then the number of points you rack up determines discipline. A few points in some districts results in a written warning. Multiple in a year could mean a suspension, even termination.
Hello? We just witnessed a car hit a school bus, and the car is actually underneath the school bus.
The driver, troopers say, was responsible for this deadly crash in Pasco County.
And the car just slammed right into it.
Was suspended twice before. What does that say, do you think, to parents who trust that you guys have the safest drivers out on the road?
Well, what I'd like to discuss is the system that we have in place to make sure that our bus drivers are held accountable. We have a system in place that is the Safe Driver Committee. So if you have any kind of an incident on your bus, even if it's not your fault, we hold drivers accountable.
But that accountability could come weeks or even months after the accident. 10 Investigates requested the reports from districts across the Bay Area for the past year, looking for drivers who have points against their records. Like this report showing a driver speeding at 67 miles per hour in a 45 zone. 45, 52. What else gets points? Reckless driving, driving too fast for conditions, following too closely. Hillsborough County Schools suspended a driver for 3 days after changing his bus route. Why did he change it? To stop by his child's daycare. Do you think the point system works for bus drivers?
A committee of knowledgeable people look at it. They look at all the facts of the case and they decide this driver needs additional training. This driver was not at fault. This driver actually has to sit at home and, be suspended.
But access to those reports is expensive in some school districts. Some were asking for hundreds of dollars to pull the records because they weren't readily available. That includes Manatee County.
Okay, well, I have not seen the actual spreadsheet. That's just what I've been told is how it is.
Have you gone back at all since you've been here looking at any of those drivers' records for drivers that may have had multiple accidents, multiple suspensions, seeing if that they should still be behind the wheel or not?
I have not done yet. I would like to do it at some point. Right now, I'm just trying to streamline processes, making sure that we have policies and procedures in place.
Larrington says he has also been busy hiring for the bus driver shortage. Other districts are dealing with that shortage as well.
The shortage doesn't oversee the safety of the drivers.
It is well known that we have a bus driver shortage, as does Hillsborough and Pinellas and everybody else. It has not changed our standards at all. We regularly train our drivers, which takes them off the road.
Sierra says nothing will bring wrecks back.
I'm sorry.
And hopes more is done to make sure the safest drivers are behind the wheel of the school buses.
I would hope that they do more due diligence in choosing who they allow to drive buses.
Florida statute also requires the state to send each district weekly records of any bus driver that may have been cited for a traffic violation in their personal car. We reached out to districts to get access to those weekly records, but we're told by most those records are not easily accessible because they have to go through those documents manually.